We got the 2026 Stanford Invite Finals. If you were hoping for a NorCal showdown, you got one. We got number 2 Stanford Superfly versus number 3 UC Santa Cruz Sol. Both of these teams coming off deep runs at Santa Barbara Invite as well as Pres Day. On the opening O point, Rachel Chang receives a centering pass and immediately rips a beautiful forehand out to Kai Agueros with very limited pressure from Stanford. So one throw hold, we got 1-0 Sol. The next point was straight chaos. After a failed super dump to Filipek, Nukudu ends up giving it right back. Filipek then launches a forehand hook to Amelia Hawkins, puts a little bit too much on it. She ends up making up for it with a run-through block on Birdsmith, only for another reset miscue to hand it right back again. 5 turns total on this point alone. It finally ends with Haruna Krumholtz threading a tight needle to Birdsmith for the Santa Cruz break. Sol go up 2-0. Kai Agueros then gets a sick run-through block on the pull play and throws the assist to Ruby Golston for the second break in a row. Another pull play mistake from Stanford gives Sol early life. When the turn comes, Superfly's zone clamps down and slows down Santa Cruz's offense. Sage McGinley-Smith comes up with a huge gold-saving block to keep them in it. Filipek then looks down deep to their favorite receiver, but Birdsmith gets the block, only for McGinley-Smith to return the favor right back. Harper Bear steps in with a scuba assist to McGinley-Smith for the bookends and Stanford's first hold of the game. Then Chang uncorks a huge hammer to Viola Desailly, who somehow manages to hang on to it for dear life. A much-needed clean hold after the chaos of the previous point. Sol tries a fast break before the zone can get set, but Stanford drops into an end zone look anyway. Golston floats a slick little hammer to Cassidy Miller for their third break of the game. After a couple holds, Nukudu ends up coming down with a strong snag on the goal line, and Miller punches in her second goal of the game to go up 7-2 into half. To start the second half, Stanford is on offense. After a Superfly turn, Harper Bear gets a quick block and immediately dishes the assist to secure the hold at a half. Stanford earns a couple coveted break chances against Santa Cruz. Superfly continues to struggle in the reset space, and Rachel Chang puts on a faking clinic and hits a wide open Nukudu for their third assist of the game. On a high stall count, McCotter Hewlett ends up launching a backhand bomb to Brianna Johnston, who reels it in for Stanford's second hold of the half. Chang's backhand misses the mark, but Stanford ends up giving Sol a second chance. This time, Chang ends up finding Alexandra Lear, who reels it in despite some late contact from behind. On the next point, Lexi Buckley ends up getting a huge hand block from McGinley-Smith, and moments later, it's Birdsmith to Ruby Golston for the break. At this point, everything is bouncing Sol's way. But Stanford's not giving up without a fight. After a stretch of holds, Speaker Cotter ends up jumping in for an opportunistic block. Hawkins then finds him right back for the bookends and Stanford's first break of the game. But now it's Sol back on offense. Why finish any differently than how we started? Chang fires a perfect strike for their 6th assist of the game to Kai Agueros for their 4th connection of the day. Final score 13-8 over the hometown Superfly. They leave Palo Alto with the crown as UC Santa Cruz are your 2026 Stanford Invite champions.